Very good evening, guys. Welcome to Network Ethics. So today we are going to see about the demo. 2 days we have scheduled a 2 days demo session for this our upcoming 3-in-1 firewall mastery program. Okay, so in this 3-in-1 firewall mastery program, we are going to cover Palo Alto as the first firewall training program in this batch. So which is going to start on coming 8th Jan in a evening batch. So due time will be 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So 1 hour session for every weekdays. Okay, Monday to Friday. We don't have session on weekends, guys. Okay, and first it will start the flow. First it will start with Palo Alto, then it will go with FortiGate, and third checkpoint firewall. Okay, so one by one we will start the training program. Okay, so let me show you this. So as I mentioned earlier before start the recordings, right? So those who are all going to join our 3-in-1 firewall mastery program from this demo batch. Okay, so those who are attending the demo today and tomorrow, if you guys are interested to take a 3-in-1 firewall mastery program, you guys are going to get additional other two firewalls, rupees 10,000 worth of two firewalls, which is ASA and FTD firewalls, pre-recorded courses as a free of cost. Okay, pre-recorded course. So this ASA and FTD, we are not handling the live firewall training program, but in this, as I mentioned, in this 3-in-1 firewall mastery program, so Palo Alto, FortiGate, and Checkpoint, all these three firewalls are live instructor lead training program, and the other firewalls ASA and FTD, this is the recorded video courses which we have taken previous batch. Okay, so this is also instructor lead training only, but it's not a live batch. Okay, you can access the recorded videos from our portal anytime, and you can complete the courses, guys. Okay, so this is the additional offer we are going to, for a special new year offer we are going to give for those who joined this 3-in-1 firewall mastery program from this demo batch. Okay, so let's start with the Palo Alto. So as I mentioned, we are going to start in this batch, we are going to start with the Palo Alto as first firewall. So Palo Alto, here in Palo Alto, you are going to learn from the scratch. If you are very new to the firewall technologies, so that's fine. So we will start from the scratch only. So you don't need to have any knowledge on any firewall products. Only you should have the prerequisites to learn any of these three firewalls. You must have a knowledge at least CCNA or CompTIA N plus. I mean, networking fundamental, along with, if you have a CCNA knowledge, I mean, routing, switching knowledge with Cisco product, or if you Juniper product, whatever it's, right. So equivalent to CCNA curriculum, if you have a knowledge, then that is fair enough to learn any next generation firewalls, guys. Okay, because here we will start from the scratch only. So you no need to have to attend the PCNSC. You should have a knowledge of PCNSC, not like that, because we are going to start your Palo Alto firewall from the scratch. Okay, so even though if you have a experience with the Palo Alto, some basics level, and we will consider you guys as a fresh to this Palo Alto product or any FortiGate firewall or checkpoint. We will start from the scratch, and we will teach you up to the expert level in this product, guys. Okay, so in this product in Palo Alto, there are two type of certification program. Okay, the Palo Alto curriculum, there are two type of curriculum is there. So one is PCNSA, Palo Alto Certified Network Security uh, Associate. Okay, and then Palo Alto Certified Network Security Expert. So there are two type of certification. So after completion of our Palo Alto firewall training program, you are eligible to write any one of this certification. So there is no prerequisites to write. If you want to become a PCNSC certified engineer, and there is no prerequisites, you must have a PCNSC certification. So you can directly write PCNSC certification but only condition is you should have a knowledge of Panorama, not only Palo Alto firewall. There is a one more product called Panorama in Palo Alto networks. So which is help us to manage multiple Palo Alto firewalls under one roof. Okay, so that is the which means in simple terms, it's a centralized management device for Palo Alto firewalls. So when you have in your organization, if they are having a Palo Alto firewalls, so 2 3 firewalls are there, or 10, if you're working under MNC companies, they have all the branches, they have a Palo Alto firewall. So all the Palo Alto firewalls they want to manage under one roof. Then you need a solution. You have a solution called Panorama, so you can integrate all the Palo Alto firewalls which is located in a different locations, all your 100 branches, and from this Panorama all the firewalls you can able to manage, like creating a policy, deploying the policy on objects, services, right? So do patch update, license upgradation, operating system upgradation, everything you can able to do it through that Panorama. So if you want to write a certification on PCNSE in Palo Alto side, so you should have a knowledge of this product as well. Okay, so at least fundamental knowledge you should have about the Panorama. So in our curriculum, we will cover, if you get trained, if you're enrolled for Palo Alto here, you are going to learn Palo Alto firewall plus Panorama, one more product. Okay, one more product in Palo Alto. So that is the reason this Palo Alto firewall is taking 1.5 months, 1.5 months to complete this Palo Alto firewall. Okay, so and comparatively any other firewall, Palo Alto has huge content, lot of deployment options we have. Okay, so and that is the reason it's taking 1.5 months to complete Palo Alto firewall, guys. Okay, so as I mentioned, our curriculum will take will start from the basic, which is around PCNSA, and then it will go for a PCNSA expert level with the Panorama product. Okay, so if you want to get trained with Palo Alto networks itself, so I want to, if so the Palo Alto vendor itself, they are giving a training, right? So if you want to get trained with the Palo Alto vendor itself, so this certification, they have split it as a three different training program. Okay. So one is EDU 210. Another one is EDU 220. And third one is EDU 330, guys. Okay, this is the papers. So you can complete one by one only. So if you are looking for PCNSC certification, okay. So if you are looking only for PCNSA, then this is enough. EDU 210 is enough. PCNSA certification. They will not ask you regarding the Panorama, and they will not ask you for the troubleshooting scenario and all. Okay. So EDU 210, it's fully talk about Palo Alto firewall. Okay, PA means Palo Alto, guys. Okay, and FW firewall. And EDU 220, it's fully talk about Panorama. Okay, so Panorama, it's fully talk about Panorama. Okay, and EDU 330, it's fully talk about troubleshooting. Okay, so how to troubleshoot your Palo Alto firewall from the configuration wise, protocol wise, and then advanced level of troubleshooting, hardware level of troubleshooting. Okay, how to uh, in deepest packet flow inspection, and how to capture the packet, right? And then if you have a hardware related issue, how to reach the Palo Alto tag team, how to raise the ticket, and how, if you have a hardware related issues, like you have a warranty and you want to claim that warranty in a Palo Alto network, so how to reach them for Palo Alto hardware team, everything we will discuss in this EDU 330 paper, guys. Okay, so so all these three papers are covered in our training program. So that's the reason I said we'll start from these basics, and we'll cover up to expert level. Okay, so PC and SCK. So all these three papers are covered under our Palo Alto curriculum, which is come around 1 to 1.5 months. Okay, I mean 1.5 months it will take. And okay, so after Palo Alto completion, after completion of your Palo Alto firewall, in this batch, we'll start with FortiGate firewall. Okay, so FortiGate firewall, previously it's known as NSC. If you're completed FortiGate firewall training program and you are eligible to write a certification in a Fortinet called NSC4, Network Security Expert Level 4, which means it's a professional level certification. Okay, it's a professional level certification. But now they have modified the certification track just like a similar to Cisco certification tracking. Okay, so certification track. So the same way, like if you want to become a CCNP or CCIE engineer, previously you should go for a CCNA, then only you can complete for CCNP. And in CCNP itself, you have to write in a CCNP routing switching, you have to write two papers. One is routing, another one is switching, and third paper is troubleshooting. Like that, three papers at least you should write any two, right? But now they have modified that. I mean, they have changed the certification track. Like if you want to become a CCNP engineer or CCIE engineer, right? So there is no CCNA prerequisite, but you should have a knowledge of core program, core certification. It's a so you must write a core theory certification. I mean theory examination if you are completed enterprise core, N core, right? So core, if you are if you want to become a CCNP, an enterprise network engineer, right? So certified network engineer. So in that case, you must complete core paper, and then you have to write any one of the paper, allied paper, which is called uh, yes, D1 or something else. I mean a routing specialist, right? Like that, some specialist certification you have to write. Then only you will be called, you will be eligible for CCNP certification. I mean, then if you're completed N core, then you have to go with any specialized any specialized certification program, any stream like SD-WAN or routing or automation, right? So any paper you have to write, and if you get passed, then only you will be get a certification called a CCNP. So you will be called as a CCNP, certified network specialist, right? So network professional. But in the same way, in FortiGate also they have changed. So any certification if you want to do, so NSC 1 and NSC 2, NSC 3, these are all the fundamental certification. NSA 3 for the sales team people who is selling these Fortinet product. So the team who is working as a sales employee in a Fortinet or Fortinet partner company, they need to complete this certification. NSC 1 and 2 is it's a fundamental program where you can able to get the certification free of cost, but it's similar to your CompTIA S plus or I mean, you'll have some basic fundamental ideology about networking and network security concepts. Okay, and NSC 2, they will give us some knowledge about what are all the Fortinet product they have. Okay, so Fortinet security product they have, what is the use of? They will give us some introduction about their product. Okay, so these, as a professional, we have to start from the NSC4 certification. Okay, to get a NSC4 certification, previously you just have a knowledge of FortiGate is fine. FortiGate, if you completed FortiGate training, you will, if you write the examination, you can directly write the examination for NSC4 certification. Then it will be called as a professional expert level 4 will call as a professional level certification. Okay. Likewise, we have up to NSC 5, 6, up to NSC 8. The certification level we have in a Fortinet brand, Fortinet vendors. Okay. So, and in Fortinet vendors, they have a multiple product, not only FortiGate Firewall, Forti Manager, similar to Palo Alto Panorama, Forti Analyzer, right? Forti Token, Forti Authenticator, Forti Mail, Forti Web, like that. Lot of products they have. So now they have changed the certification track similar to Cisco certification track. So FortiGate firewall knowledge is must having knowledge for any type of certification which is available in a Fortinet. So this is the core certification, core knowledge. Okay, core skill to learn any other product in a Fortinet firewall, Fortinet environment, guys. Okay, it's a core skill to learn any other Fortinet brands. I mean, any other Fortinet products like FortiMail, FortiWeb, FortiToken, FortiSD-WAN, separate SD-WAN, right? Forti Manager, Forti Analyzer, FortiGuard feature, right? So anything you have to, you should have a knowledge of FortiOS, which means FortiGate firewall. Okay, so that is the prerequisite skill to go for NSC certificate, NSC 4 or above certification, NSC 5, NSC 6, and up to NSC 8. Okay, so this certification, if you want to become NSC 4 engineer, then you have to complete one core exam. So that core exam is called FCP, Fortinet Certified Professional. Okay, so this is nothing. This certification need a full of FortiGate firewall knowledge. There is no other prerequisite. FortiGate firewall. So once if you completed FCP theory certification, if you become a FCP certificate engineer, then you can go for any other allied examinations like Forti Manager, Forti Analyzer, any other product you can learn, and you can write the examination for that particular product, Forti Manager, Forti Analyzer. Okay, like that, any one of the product you have to learn, and you have to go you have to write the examination on that particular product specialization. Once if you passed, then you will be called as NSC 4 certified engineer. Okay, and if you want to become a NSC 5 engineer, NSC 6, NSC 7, or NSC 8, NSC 8, it's equal to CCIE security product, security certification. Okay, so that and all, if you want to get any certification, the prerequisite is FCP first. Okay, so in our curriculum, we will cover that FCP paper, guys. Okay, which is now it is called FCP. Okay, so this FortiGate firewall training, if you want to get trained in a Fortinet environment itself, right? So Fortinet itself, if you want to get trained, then they will cover as a two different paper, two different training. One is called FortiGate security, another one is called FortiGate infrastructure. Okay, so FortiGate security will cover about FortiGate firewall, UTM basic things, basic and UTM features. FortiGate infrastructure, like it will cover SD-WAN, IPsec, VPN, VDOM. So I mean, I'll show you the curriculum, whatever the things we will cover it. Okay, under our FortiGate security and FortiGate infrastructure. And what about our curriculum? Both I will show you guys. Okay, and after that, after completion, so this certification, this training, it will take 1 month to complete, guys. Okay, 1 month to complete, because we'll include both the papers, FortiGate security and FortiGate infrastructure, both the paper. Okay, so after completion of FortiGate training, then we will cover with the next firewall, checkpoint firewall. Okay, so checkpoint firewall, we will start from, again as I mentioned, we will start from the scratch, so as a beginner friendly. Okay, and there are two type of certification or curriculum level is there. So one is CCSA certification, another one is CCSC certification. So if you want to become a CCSC certified engineer in checkpoint, you must write an examination called CCSA. Still this approach is they are following in a checkpoint environment. Okay, so you want to become a expert level certified engineer, then you must complete administrative, associate level and administrative level certifications. CCSAs must to go for CCSC certification. Okay, so around, so we, our curriculum will cover CCSA plus CCSC both, guys. Okay, so but if you're new, if you're already certified in a CCSA, you have certified in a checkpoint as a CCSA certified engineer, then you are eligible to write CCSC directly. But if you're not if you not have any certification in a checkpoint environment and you want to go for a global certification with checkpoint environment, then you must write CCSA certification, and you will get a 3 years validity for the certificate. And after 3 years, you will go with the next level of certification called CCSC to renew your certification, or you can, if you want the after expire, either you have to renew your existing CCSA application, so you rewrite the examination, or you can upgrade the certification. You can go with the CCSC certification. So that certification also another 3 years validity. Likewise, in Palo Alto, PCNSC certification, it is valid, or PCNSA certification validity is 2 years, and one of the cheapest and then more worthiest certification in this three firewalls, guys. Okay, so if you want to write the PCNSA examination, you have to spend around 160 USD plus tax. It will come around, so it will come around 180 to 200 USD along with tax and all. Okay, so it depends on the your country tax well percentage. So it will take around 200 USD to write the certification in PCNSA, or if you want to go for direct PCNSC, around 200 USD it will take. Okay, to in India itself, it will you can able to complete within 200 USD itself, guys. Okay, so PCNSA or PCNC, any one of the certification you can directly go. Okay, so my suggestion, you can however, you are going to pay the same 200 USD, and so you can directly go for PCNSC after completion of this training program, guys. Okay, so the FortiGate FCP certification is one of the costliest certification in this firewall training program, which is around 400 USD. Okay, and checkpoint, each certification will come around 300 USD, guys. Okay, okay. So along with tax, the certification validity 3 years, 3 years, and 2 years. Okay, so your wish. So whatever you can go for any certification like Palo Alto or FortiGate or Checkpoint, any certification. So my suggestion, you can go with the Palo Alto because it's a one of the cheaper certification, but it's worth where worthwise, right? So the validity, or if you get PCNSC certified engineer, right, it will be considered as a CCN level to CCNP security level certification. Okay, it's a expert level certification, so you can, it will be equally considered to CCNP security certification. Okay, so you can go with the PCNSE, guys, and it will add more weightage, okay, to your resume. So if it is, it's not mandatory. Having a knowledge is enough if you are already working in a somewhere else, right? So having a knowledge is fair enough. So until unless your employer demand you to complete the certification, you can go. You no need to write the examination. If they are demanding you to complete the certification, they you can just ask them to pay the certification. So they will provide the they will sponsor for the certification and all. You can utilize that, guys. Okay, so in case if you in future if you have any doubts, so in our upcoming session we will discuss how to get this PC and any certification, how to prepare the certification yourself. I'll teach you. Okay, so you no need to worry about it. And all after later on also, if you try to do the certification, just let me know. I'll assist you. Okay, so how to prepare, if you want to prepare yourself, I'll help you how to prepare it, which topic, which what are the domain you have to focus, how, what is the weightages, everything we will discuss, guys. Okay, in a live session itself I'll tell you, but some guys will do the certification later on after completion of training program after 6 months or after 1 year. So in that case, so maybe any changes happen in that certification, like any a new update might become right, so just ping me, I'll assist you for. Okay, guys. So, as I said earlier, so those who are all going to join 3-in-1 firewall combo in in this batch, right? So since we are dropping with the 5 firewall master program, so we are going to provide, so some guys are willing to join 5 firewall master program, right? So for them, those who are going to join in this demo batch, right? So for them, as I mentioned, I'm going to give free access for worth 10,000 rupees worth of free access of two courses like Cisco ASA and Cisco FTD. So here in these two products you are going, I mean two firewalls, you are going to learn ASA firewall and FTD firewall and one more device called FMC. Okay, so Firepower Management Center, it's similar to Palo Alto Panorama. It's a centralized management device where you can manage the firepower firewall and firepower devices. Okay, so Firepower Management Center. This is also included. So as a added bonus, you will get the additional offer, guys. Okay, so regarding the curriculum, whatever you can able to see in our portal itself. Okay, what is the content is there, or the curriculum which I'll share you. Once you have whatever the topic it's covered in this FTD and ASA, I'll share once your enrollment is completed. I'll share the documents and I'll share the access to uh, recorded video access, everything. Okay, so in case if you have any doubts on these two products also, you can ping me. Okay, so this is the training we are going to cover on all this three known firewall combo, guys. Okay, clear. So now let me give a brief introduction about each and every curriculum. Okay, Palo Alto. Since this batch is going to start with Palo Alto is first, so I just want to show the curriculum of Palo Alto. Before show us our curriculum, let me show. I told you, right? So there are three paper you have to complete: EDU 210, EDU 220, and EDU 330. So let me show that. So this is the paper EDU 10, which is essential, firewall essential. So if you want to become a PC NSA certified engineer, then this EDU 210 paper is enough. So you where they are going to discuss about the Palo Alto architecture and then Palo Alto uh, portfolio. So which is here we are going to discuss about. So I hope it is visible to everyone. Let me show. Okay. So under Palo Alto network and portfolio, and Palo Alto portfolio and architecture. Here we are going to discuss about the Palo Alto firewall architecture, SP3 architecture. So the architecture name is called a single pass parallel processing. So what is the advantage of this process, this architecture, and what is the benefit we are getting by approaching with this architecture to process the packet in your FortiGate, sorry, in your Palo Alto firewall. Okay, so that and all we'll discuss in a module one. Module two, it's talk about the initial configuration. So if you are getting a fresh Palo Alto firewall, how to access the console very first time, and then what before deploy that Palo Alto firewall into the live production network, what are the things you have to do, like register your product tag account, register your Palo Alto firewall into the Palo Alto tag account, right? So I mean support account, and how to apply the you are going to verify how whether the license are updated properly or not, and if not, how to apply the licenses. Everything we will discuss under initial configuration. Okay, and then module 3, which is talk about the device management. So here what are the type of configuration file you have, and how to take a backup and how to restore the configuration files, right? So that under you will discuss in the module 3. Module 4, how to create a new admin user account with a predefined admin privileges. So how to create a new admin user account with customized access privileges and with the existing privileges. So how to apply the existing privileges, what are the existing privileges we have in a check, sorry, in a Palo Alto firewall, and how to create a new admin user account, and how to apply the existing privileges, existing access levels, and which is predefined one, and how to create new privilege and new customized console access. So in this model you will learn how to create what is the best practice to allow to manage your Palo Alto firewall with multiple admin users, and what are the restrictions you are going to set for each and every new administrators, and based on their job nature. So the administrator belongs to maybe he belongs to networking team. So in a real-time production network, so like that only multiple team members and or my same team members, multiple users will access the Palo Alto firewall for a security purpose, security implementation in your production network. Okay, so may either in case some other third another teams like someone from the networking team to manage the routing and SD-WAN I mean sorry SD yes so SD-WAN implementation or routing or related L3 interface configuration, routing related configuration and all, networking team will try to access your Palo Alto firewall. It depends on the organization structure. Okay, and depends on the sorry guys. So depends on that organization infrastructure, guys. Okay, it might be vary. So some multiple team might be try to access, or only same team will manage routing part, and will same team will manage the firewall, managing your firewall, right? So that same team will do that. Okay, so in that case, so multiple users are trying to access your Palo Alto firewall. So network team, audit team, firewall deployment team. Okay, so like that, so multiple members will access. So you need to allow multiple team members. So for everyone, if you give a full access of your Palo Alto firewall, it is making a loophole to your production network. So you should not provide full access. So for networking team members, most of the scenario they will manage the SD-WAN implementation, or they will manage the routing parts, right? So interface configuration, enabling the routing, right? So these kind of things only most of the scenario they will do it, right? So that particular feature only we can allow them to access. So if you go for a customized privileges, sometimes audit team members will try to read and take a log and read the log report, right? So they will check the logs only. So why we should provide full access to audit team members? So if you go for a customized privilege, you can restrict that as well. Okay, so firewall management team, if it is a senior most employee, he will manage all the L3 from the basics to L3 level of issues. So he will get a full access. So like that, we will in a real-time production network, we'll set some limitation access level for each, and even though he belongs to our team, even though he belongs to administrator or some your organization employee, right? So who is also part of the firewall management team or network management team, right? So or audit team, anything, anywhere. So we have to restrict them, right? To avoid the unnecessary loophole, to create a loophole to your production network, right? So to avoid unnecessary loophole. So that we will see in the module 4, guys. Module 5, let's talk about, we are going to deploy your Palo Alto firewall in a different type of deployment like NAT mode, L3 mode, NAT or router mode, or layer 3 mode. And you are going to deploy, you can also deploy your Palo Alto firewall in a switching mode, transparent mode, or layer 2. In Palo Alto we call it as a layer 2 mode. Okay, and 5 different mode of deployment option we have in a Palo Alto firewalls. So to deploy in every mode, so your Palo Alto firewall, it's working the concept called security zones. It will work based on the zone types. So segmentation. So what is zones, how to enable zones in your Palo Alto firewall, that and all we'll discuss in module 5. How what is predefined zone, sorry what is intra zone, what is inter zone, what is universal communication types. So everything we will discuss under security zone types, guys. Okay, and which is model 5. Model 6, which is talk about the security policy, how to create and manage your security policies. Okay, so what are the policy types we have? In Palo Alto firewalls, we have a separate security policy table we have separately, and then we have a NAT policy separately. We have a, um, we have a QoS policy separately. Okay, and then we have a SSL inspection policy. We have a user authentication policy separately. So likewise, different kind of policies we have, and how to configure each and every policy one by one. We will see. Okay, so and what are the common inside the security policy? What is in inbound policy? What is in explicit policy? What is implicit policy? Everything we'll discuss under model 6, guys. Okay, model 7, let's talk about NAT policy. So model 6 itself, I'll give you the overview. What are the type of policies we have, and how to create and what is the benefit of each and what is the use of each and every type of policy, like security policy, NAT policy, and then UTM policy, right? So everything we will discuss, and the lab we will do it one by one, each and every separate model, guys. Okay, so model 7, let's talk about NAT. So source NAT, destination NAT, and we'll do U10 NAT, all under model 7, guys. So and after model 8, I mean model 7, model 8, which is talk about the application ID feature. So which this is a UTM feature, where if you want to block any traffic based on the application or micro application level. Let's say in my organization, I want to allow my internal users to access Facebook for specific user or specific team, so that I can able to do with the Palo Alto firewall for the same team and same members. I want to allow Facebook, but inside the Facebook, I don't want Facebook. It's not a single application. It's a multiple application which is collaborated with multiple micro applications. So you can able to deny that micro level application access. Okay, like Facebook, I can able to allow, but inside the Facebook chat option or Facebook file sharing option, that and all also I can able to deny, and I can entirely deny Facebook access, or I can also deny the Facebook or its equivalent applications, like the similar type of application, which is other social media application like X and then Instagram, LinkedIn, right? So I can entirely block all the same type of applications, or I can entirely allow same type of applications. And once it is I have allowed inside that application, I can able to control the micro level application as well. So that is possible by the feature called App ID in Palo Alto, guys. Okay, so this is the one of the major feature why Palo Alto is become ruling the market past 1 decade, guys. Okay, so this is the feature is efficiently work with Palo Alto than any other devices, and Palo Alto bring this feature very first with the micro level application control features. So that's why this is the architecture and application ID, app ID. These two features are major role, major contribution to become Palo Alto as a market leader for past 1 decade. Okay, so that will be covered on model 8. Model 9, will discuss how to detect the virus or malware, right? So antivirus feature, IPS, anti-malware protection, right? So that and all we'll discuss model 8, 9, model 10. Model 10, it's talk about the website blocking, URL filter. The same way you can block any specific URL or any category based, like any common type of URLs. Let's say I want to block banking related websites. So any financial and banking related website, if we have n number of financial and banking related websites. So we cannot manually block one by one, right? So in that case, I can go with the category based filters. So similar to app ID feature, this feature is for deny or allow websites. Okay, so that we will discuss under module 10. Module 11, it's talk about zero day threat prevention and how to, if suppose your Palo Alto firewall is not able to identify the virus or malware or any intrusion which is having inside whatever it has inside its own IPS engine. If suppose that IPS engine signatures are not able to identify the virus, we have one more feature called Wildfire. It's a cloud-based subscription feature. So it's it is a extended database of your IPS signatures of your Palo Alto firewall. It's okay. So it is efficiently help us to identify the unknown threats or zero-day threats. So what is unknown threats and what is zero-day threat prevention and everything we'll discuss in a upcoming live session, guys. Okay. So module 9, module 10, module 11, module 12, right? So all are UTM features, next generation firewall features, security profiles. So we'll discuss under the concept called security profiles. Okay. So and model 12, if you want to allow or deny the user based, I want to allow in my organization, I have a separate team, multiple team I have. So I want to allow set of application access or set of services to access my team members or any specific users. Let's say this is a sales team, this is a support team. So I want to allow different set of access for sales team to do to complete their job activities. Let's say for sales will do the promotion and share that information promotion in a social media access and all, right, and sales. So for lead generation tools they will use. So for them we will give you the different kind of access level based on the sales team employee user based authentication. So if someone is try to access try to access the internet from our organization, right? So if he is belongs to sales team, I'm going to allow set of services and set of application access. If he is belongs to support team, I'm going to allow only the I'm going to deny social media access, but whatever he need application access like mail applications or any application which we used for the customer support purpose or either maybe it's a technical support, whatever, based on the organization product, whatever they sell, right? So that particular application access only we are going to provide the team who is belongs to support team. And if he is belongs to financial team, so whatever the application we need they need for payroll enrollment or employee salary related things, right? So or bonus related whatever, so that particular application access only we are going to give that financial team. Likewise we can able to manage user based access, and we can also block some specific application based on the specific user or group of the users, allow or deny. Okay, so that and all we'll discuss under module 12. Module 13, I told you, right? So there is a SSL decryption policy. So here, if your firewall is receiving any encrypted traffic will not be inspected by your firewall by default. So in that case, you need to enable this feature called decryption, SSL decryption, to in whichever the traffic is encrypted, that traffic will be decrypted by your firewall. Once you enable this feature, then it will examine the traffic. If the traffic is safe, then your firewall will re-encrypt the traffic and it will send the traffic to the destination. Okay, if it is identify anything is vulnerable while decrypt, then it will block. So this feature we'll discuss under module 13, which is commonly called as SSL decryption. Okay, and then model 14, it's talk about how to use the log features in your Palo Alto firewall. And model 15, it's talk about the next level of training. This paper they will cover in this as per Palo Alto environment. So they will discuss about the next paper, which is called EDU 220. But in our curriculum, we EDU 220 also included. So if you look at the EDU 220 paper, I told you, right? So firewall, managing your firewalls at Panorama. Okay, EDU 220 paper. So if you want to become a PC NSA certified engineer, you can write the examination called EDU 210 paper. You can you have a knowledge only with the Palo Alto firewall. And if you want to become a PC NSC certified engineer, then you should have a knowledge of Panorama as well. So here, what is Panorama, how to deploy the Panorama, and under initial configuration, we will discuss about that. And then model 2, how to add your firewalls, integrate your, after integrated, and if, from your Panorama to your Palo Alto firewall. So you must have knowledge of templates and device groups. So able to create a shared policy and shared objects and deploy the shared policy and objects from Panorama to Palo Alto firewall. And model 5, it's talk about your Panorama will do two activities. One is Panorama can do two roles. One is managing device, centralized management device. So where you can manage multiple Palo Alto firewall under one roof. Another one is log collector. So you can collect all the logs of your entire organization Palo Alto device. Let's say 100 branches you have, all these 100 branches you have a Palo Alto. All the 100 Palo Alto firewall logs, if you want to collect and segregate under one roof, then log collector is the option. Okay, so this deployment, either you can deploy as a management device or either you can deploy it as a log collector. So if you are going to deploy your Panorama as a log collector, how to deploy that and how to verify, segregate the log, and everything we'll discuss under module 5 and 6, guys. Module 7, it's talk about administrative privileges, how to create a multiple how to create new admin user account with a Panorama, and what are the privileges is there, existing privileges, the predefined privileges, how to create a customized privileges. Everything will discuss under module 7. Module 8, almost this topic is similar to Palo Alto as well. Okay. Module 8, again log, how to verify the log and report. Model 9, it's troubleshooting. So how to troubleshoot your Panorama, guys. Okay, if basic configuration issues. Okay, and after completion of EDU 210 and EDU 220, so EDU 210 and EDU 220, if you have a knowledge of EDU 210 and EDU 220, if you go for PCNSE examination, 70% of the 70 to 75% of the examination questions will come with these two papers. 25 to 30% of the question will come with this EDU 330. Okay, so that's why I said third paper is mandatory to go for a PCNSE, because so you must have a you must score 70 percentage passing value. Okay, so if something, if you missed in this two paper, any one of that question, if you have missed, then if you don't have a knowledge of this paper, you will not able to clear that the certification, guys. Okay, and so it is also give you the well knowledge in a live in a real-time production network to manage your Palo Alto firewalls and Panorama in terms of any L3 L2 level of troubleshooting. Okay, so so it's a must having paper. According to me, you must have a knowledge of this paper as well. Okay, EDU 330, let me show you that EDU 330. Yeah, this one. So under EDU 330, we are going to discuss what are the Palo Alto firewall resources, tools and resources we have to troubleshoot. So here we will discuss basic CLI tools, and then verify the packet flow, right? So everything we'll discuss under module 1, module 2, and have capture the packets. So model 1 and model 2 and model 3, let's talk about packet flow, and then flow logic. I mean, how, in which scenario, which type of packet will be followed by the Palo Alto firewall, right? So, and how to capture that packet through CLI and GUI. What are the tools we have for troubleshooting purpose in Palo Alto, okay, and Panorama, that and all we'll discuss under module 1 and 2 and 3. Module 4, by using a logs, after capture the packet by using the packet logs, right? Capture the packet, right? So by use that packet captures, how to verify the logs of your packet logs, and what is the issue if we are facing in any type of logs. Okay, so that and all we'll discuss under model 4 and model 5. So model 4 and model 5 and model 6, almost we'll analysis with the packet capture, and we will see what is inbound traffic, what is transmit traffic, what is outbound traffic, and what is the working principle, or if we are getting any issue with the inbound, how to identify the inbound packet traffic issues, or outbound packet traffic issues, right? So forwarding stage, right? Everything we will discuss under model 4 to model 6, guys. And model 7, if you are not to achieve the security implementation in your production network, you are going to use firewall, and sometimes this firewall depends on the some third party services, like I'm going to do user authentication, so all user database will maintain user id database, username, credential, everything will be maintained in a active directory server. Okay, AD server or Takas, Radius, right? Any type of remote user management system they might follow. So they need to, the firewall need to know who are all going to log in an active directory environment. AD only know who is logged in with which IP address and which machine, and he belongs to which team, which user group, everything he will know. So this information your Palo Alto by default will not able to understand, or will it is not going to have. Okay, so in this use case, you need to integrate with your AD server need to be integrated with your Palo Alto firewall or FortiGate firewall, any firewall, checkpoint firewall. If you do, all the firewalls will give user authentication feature. Okay, so in that case, these devices need to integrate with the other device. So they are depending on the other device services. So this type of services called system services. Okay, so like where if you are going to add your DNS, add your AD, or Kerberos, Taka server, right? So if you want to do user identification, user agents, like that, other services, whatever you are depending on the third party tools, so that you are going to configure under system services. If you are having any issue with that, how to integrate it, so how to troubleshoot with the system services related issues, so that we will discuss in model 7. And model 8, so like SSL decryption error, so that we will discuss in SSL decryption topic in Palo Alto itself. Okay. So model 9, user ID based authentication. So that is also that will be covered in Palo Alto itself. Global Protect, which is SSL VPN in Palo Alto. So that will be covered in Palo Alto itself. Okay. So the above four, model 8, 9, 10, all these three topic we will cover under Palo Alto itself. So and model 11, let's talk about if you're having any Palo Alto tag team, and if you're having any hardware related issue, how to reach the Ramas team, which is dedicated team to manage hardware related issues. Okay, so how to reach them, how to raise the ticket, everything we'll discuss under module 11, guys. Clear? So initial stage itself, we will discuss about this topic in Palo Alto itself. Clear? So all these topics we will cover under our fire. All these three papers we will cover under our 5-in-1 firewall mastery program, guys. Sorry, 3-in-1 firewall mastery program, which in Palo Alto itself. Okay. So Let me show our curriculum information for Palo Alto. You can see that almost I have divided all these three papers as a 14 units, all these three papers. So the 14th one is examination preparation. So totally we have a 13 modules. So each model, first model, which is talk about platform and architecture, as I mentioned, where we will discuss about the what is Palo Alto firewall and what is the architecture they are following, what is the Palo Alto firewall features we have, what are the Palo Alto hardware and software models we have, firewall models we have, and what is that data sheet information. So we will discuss all those things. Okay. And model 2 device management. Under device management, initial configuration, register your device with the Palo Alto tag account, and then apply the licenses and everything, update, do patch update, operating system updation, right? So that and all we'll discuss under model 2 itself. And the configuration files, like what are the type of configuration files we have, how to manage that configuration files, and how to take a backup and restore that configuration files through CLI and GUI, and how to schedule that backup, automated backup, and then manual backup, everything we'll discuss. And then so some of the administrative features we have, commit log, config log. So I told you, right? So Palo Alto will allow multiple administrator can log in simultaneously. So in that use case, how to, if someone, if the same administrator, one of the administrator is doing some configuration changes, so if other administrator, if he do some other and modification simultaneously, it might be affect the previous, I mean, the another administrator configuration changes, right? So to avoid that, you need to use this log feature. So what is log, commit log, config log? While doing a lab, you can able to understand, guys. Okay. And then what are the type of admin users, and what are the type of admin privileges we have, and then high availability, right? So in Palo Alto itself, Palo Alto EDU 210 paper. Have you seen anywhere else in EDU 210 paper, EDU 220 paper, and EDU 330 paper? Just talk about the high availability. No, right? So in our curriculum, additionally, we have included the high availability as well. This high availability in Palo Alto, you can deploy in two methods. One is active passive, another one is active active. So active active itself, you can implement in a three different modes. So everything we will discuss under our curriculum, guys. Okay. And then it's login features, so how to view the how to verify the log menus, and how to take a report, right? What are the features tools we have for the verify the logs, right? So that and all we'll discuss under device management model. And log and report, we'll see daily basis while allow or deny traffic. So we we don't need any separate session for that, we'll use daily basis. Okay. And module 3, interface configuration. Your Palo Alto firewall, I told you, right? So your Palo Alto firewall will allow, you can able to deploy in a 5 different way. Okay. So one of the deployment option is layer 3, and another deployment is layer 2 and virtual layer. If your Palo Alto firewall hardware, if you don't have a hardware firewall, or if you have a hardware firewall, and that hardware firewall it doesn't have a dedicated HA interfaces, then you can use your data interfaces. You can deploy that data interfaces as a HA mode. Then you can use it for HA purpose, redundancy purpose. Okay, so that is the fourth option. And fifth option, deployment option, you can deploy your Palo Alto firewall as a IDS, intrusion detection system, not this firewall. Your Palo Alto firewall you can deploy. If you go with the virtual wire mode, you are going to deploy with IPS mode as a firewalling, along with firewalling and with the intrusion prevention features. Like your this virtual wire deployment will not support, virtual wire deployment will not support routing, L3 function, L2 function, switching function, but still it can act like a firewall with deep inspection, IPS. Okay, and tab interface, it will not work as a IP for L3. L3 will not support, L2 will not support, IPS feature will not support. Only IDS, which can able to detect, and it will not prevent. It will detect the virus or malware, any vulnerability, and it will send the report, but it will not take any action. So you are not going to deploy in a live production, live network. So you are going to outer line mode only you will be deployed. What is the purpose of tab mode, what is the purpose of vwire mode, and where we will implement this method, right? Everything we will discuss under initial configuration. So most probably interface deployment, tomorrow I'm going to do lab with this method, this topic only. So only one of the lab, layer 3 deployment. So while discuss about the interface deployment, I'll tell you what is layer 3, what is layer 2, what is virtual wire, and everything theoretically, and we'll do lab with layer 3. Okay. So and then module 4, it's talk about, so these layer 3 in a EDU 210, EDU 220 and 330 paper, they are not mentioning any type of this deployment option. Okay. So that is also included here in our curriculum. Sorry. And model 4, it just talk about security policy and NAT policy. Okay. So how to implement NAT with the source NAT, destination NAT, and U10 NAT. What are the type of NAT we have? Totally, right? Everything we'll discuss here, guys. Okay. And model 5, let's talk about app ID, application ID feature. So how to block or allow the applications based on the specific application manually, or category based applications, or micro applications, everything you can able to do that. And user ID feature, model 6, it's talk about the user ID. So we will already discuss what is user ID and how to how to implement that in this model 6 we'll discuss, guys. Model 7, it's about UTM features, virus, malware, anti-malware feature, antivirus feature, IPS features, anti-spyware, right? So how to detect any virus or malware, any how to detect any spyware, any vulnerability, loophole in your production network through that specific application, through that any particular file types, right? Everything we will do that content ID feature. Okay, so file blocking, data leakage protection, some of the feature is missed here. So file file blocking and data leakage, DLP, data leakage protection feature, and then DNS filter. Okay, so these are all the additional features which is covered under content ID as well. Okay, and then after that URL filter, website blocking, and ninth model, let's talk about the SSL decryption. So 10th model, your SSL VPN. Okay, the global product is the SSL VPN. It's a dedicated application for Palo Alto, which is talk about the which is talk about the uh, SSL VPN. Okay, so how to use this global product application to deploy SSL VPN, that we will see. Model 10, model 11, it's talk about site-to-site VPN. So model 1 to model 11, which is talk about EDU 210 paper, guys. So model 1 to model 11, it's EDU 210 paper. Okay, so we have additionally included some of the features, some of the other concept like HA, and then layer 2 deployment, layer 3 deployment, and tab interface deployment, right? HA deployment, vwire deployment, everything I have additionally included, which is not covered in a EDU 210 paper. But these are all the implementation will help you to real-time production network. You can able to understand, if you know this deployment option, then only you can easily understand what is the approach in your organization they have used in Palo Alto, or how to manage everything. You can able to understand when you are going to the fresh new organization, or when you move on to the Palo Alto management. Okay, Palo Alto firewall administration. Okay, and then model 12, it's fully talk about EDU 220 paper. Okay, And module 13, which is talk about EDU 330 paper. Okay, so everything whatever I have shown you in the Paloalto EDU 330 paper, everything it is included, guys. Module 14, exam preparation. So what are the, in all these 14 models, all these three papers, what are all the topics they will you need to mainly focus when you go for examination? What are the weightage? Everything we will discuss, guys. Okay, and how to prepare. And I also will that time I'll give you the mm, whatever the dumps I have, I'll give you that dumps that time. Okay, so for your reference purpose. Okay. So that's all about the Palo Alto detailed curriculum, guys. Okay, and pan. So we have a pending with the FortiGate and checkpoint. I'll give you the. I mean, we have almost we are about to end the session. Okay, so due to time concern, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share you other course curriculum like checkpoint and FortiGate course curriculum discussion, full deep discussion video, recorded video for your reference. Tomorrow, I don't want to continue with this course curriculum discussion. So I'll after this session, I'll share the uh, your course curriculum content. This document I'll share with you guys. You can refer it, and along with that, I'll share the detailed curriculum discussion video for FortiGate and Checkpoint as well. You can refer it. And tomorrow, as I mentioned, I'm going to, since this batch is going to start with Palo Alto as the first firewall. Tomorrow, I'm going to do lab with Palo Alto, guys. As your second demo session. Okay. So I request you to join the tomorrow session as well, so that you can able to know how our teaching approach is going to be there. Okay. And after that you can decide. So if you're interested, you can decide whether you want to join or not. Okay. Clear. So regarding the fee structure, okay, let me show you that. Actual cost for individual firewalls, any individual firewall, actual cost is 10,000, guys. 10,000 INR. Okay, so Indian rupees, 10,000 Indian rupees. And if you we give a if you're going to join as a compo, so normally we will give 5,000 offer for the people who will join this compo batch. So actual cost for all these three 5 firewall compo is 25,000. So now for New Year, we are giving a special offer. 40% offer is going on. So you can take this course for 15,000 itself. Okay, so after 40 percentage offer, so it's a 15,000. So for some those who are from the abroad, it's for them. If you want to enroll our course, so the course fee for them, actual cost for 3 non-firewall compo is 400 USD. So along with this 40 percentage offer, you have to pay 240 USD. You can enroll all these three courses within 240 USD. So plus tax for the exchange tax, what is the mode of exchange you are going to use it? The money transfer you are going to use based on the tax will be vary. So that's why I additionally I just give, I'm not able to share how what is the percentage of the tax. Okay, so we will receive the PayPal through PayPal, and you can also you can able to give a SIP payment as well. Okay, so for payment or for administration, you can able to for admission you can able to contact us for this number. Let me show you contact number. You can share this you can ping me on my what this is a I'm available in WhatsApp, so you can just ping me. Okay, any payment related or admission related queries, you can just ping me in WhatsApp, guys. Okay, and if I don't want to take a three compo, I just want to go with single firewall, is it only Palo Alto? So in that case, yes, you can go. So as I mentioned, actual cost is 10,000. or 150 USD, okay, for abroad students. And for this batch, single firewall also we give a 40% offer. So you can take this course for 6,000 rupees itself. Okay, so 90 USD after 40% offer. Okay, so 90 USD plus conversion tax. Okay, guys. So this is the course fee structure for single firewall, and as I mentioned, 3 firewall combo. You have to make instead of 24,000, 25,000. After this 40% offer, you are going to pay 15,000, guys. Okay, 15,000 INR. So you have options. So those who are going to take a 3-in-1 firewall combo program, right? So you can make a two installment. If you're looking for a payment in an installment, you can divide in a two installment. First installment should be 8,000 INR. Okay, and second installment be 7,000 INR. Sorry, 8,000 second installment. First installment while joining this batch. Okay, second installment after completion of Paloalto. When you when you before enter into the FortiGate training, you have to pay your second installment. Okay, 7,000. And for abroad students, first installment should be 140 USD. Second installment should be 100 USD. So the same way while joining this batch, first installment, second installment, after completion of Palo Alto, when you enter into the second firewall, which is FortiGate, that time you have to make your second installment, guys. Okay. And as I mentioned, those who are all going to join from this demo batch, okay. So you will additionally after for who those who are going to enroll for 3-in-1 mastery program, right? Firewall mastery program, you will get additionally as a special offer, you will get ASA and FTD pre-recorded course, which is worth around 10,000 rupees. Okay, so this is the portal. Let me show you. Okay, this is the portal, LMS portal. You can able to access through that portal web application, or we do have our Android and iOS applications. So I'll share you the link where you can download the Android and iOS applications. Okay, so mobile applications also you can install and you can access it. And this is our website portal where you can enroll. I mean, we will give you this access for ASN FTD from this portal, and each and every session of your live sessions will be recorded, and you can see that this is the right now the live batch is going on this FortiGate and ASA firewall. So like this, we will give you the recorded video access for your Palo Alto and whatever the course you have enrolled pre-recorded. I mean, pre-recorded only available for Cisco AS and FTD as a additional offer will give, and each and every day live session recorded videos will be given to like this. So we'll create a separate course for your live batch like this, and I will add you to access the recorded videos. Okay, of every day recorded videos, and documents everything will be shared in this portal itself. Clear? Yes. Any queries? Any doubts or any queries, guys? Tomorrow, as I mentioned, I'm going to take one more day demo with the Palo Alto lab. Okay. So if you have any queries, you can ask me. For lab, yeah, for lab, we are going to use a E1G2. Okay, so virtual lab. We are also providing virtual lab access, so you can, if you want, you can access our virtual lab. We will give you the tool where you can able to I mean, we'll give you the all the necessary tools to install your lab setup in your laptop or desktop, and we will assist you how to install that. Okay, and you can do your hands-on within your device itself, guys. Okay, any queries? Let me stop my recording. So that's it today, guys. If you have any queries, you can raise your hand. If you want to talk to me, you can raise your hand. I'll unmute you, and you can able to talk to me. Or tomorrow also we have session. You can ask me and tomorrow as well.